What's up, guys? It's Looney TNT. We're gonna talk about the Restoration Druid today. So, I have a guide out on this, but it's kind of outdated now. So I wanted to do an updated guide. This guide, there's a lot of differences. So I'm gonna talk about a few differences that will help you guys in healing, and hopefully it will help you guys out if you guys are having problems with it. So the number one thing that I want to talk about in the beginning is Life Bloom. Life Bloom is now you don't stack it. You just click it and it hits once, but that doesn't mean um, you can't hit it again to refresh it. So as you guys can see, I'm going to click on myself. I'll see the timer. Now when I click it once, it's 14 seconds. So what I'm going to do is if I click it again, it's 19 seconds. So if you are having an issue where you need something to stay on a little bit longer, you do want to hit it twice, not 2 times in a row, because as you guys can see, when it starts coming down, watch, I'll refresh it at about 1, it's at 17 seconds. So as you can see, there's a little gap in there. So about 4 seconds to refresh it, 5 seconds, that's perfectly fine. Same thing with your rejuvenate. Your rejuvenate is 11 seconds. If you refresh it, it will be a 15-second cooldown on you. So or duration. So that's pretty important. That's really important because those extra seconds of heals are super critical. So what this means is don't let it fall off and then put it back on. Okay, let it almost fall off about 3-4 seconds and re-click it, and then you'll have those extra seconds added onto it instead of just completely overstacking, if that makes any sense. Hopefully it does. So also, what they did change is for the glyphs, I don't need the glyph for the mushroom anymore. It's just there, okay? So that's really, really important because when I'm standing here, it's not showing it above my head, but it's showing on the screen where my tree is. That heals all the targets within here, so that's super important. You always want that down. You always want to be moving it around. Groups over here, you come over here. You stand in it, groups turns, oh, what are you guys doing? You guys need to stop running around, you know, whatever it is, you need to get that under them. Now, Wild Growth is now on a cooldown. It has a cast timer. So as you guys can see, it's not an instant. That's not that big of a deal. If you need to, you can stop and you can cast it. Now, Genesis works the same way, pretty much. As you can see, when I click my rejuvenate, it goes pretty slow. When I click my Genesis, it starts to speed it up really, really fast, and it gives me whatever heals that would have been left in that, all at the same time. So for some reason, if you have some mana, you feel, hey, I need to get this guy healed. Maybe I don't have a hot on him. I'll go ahead and I'll rejuvenate, and then maybe I'll do a second one in Genesis, just because I had that those extra seconds on him. So I guess it is worth redoing his hot before you go. So Healing Touch is a thing. It's not a bad spell, as you guys can see for mana cost here. Healing Touch is pretty reliable, because when you start healing, it's a pretty fast spell, and it doesn't cost as much mana as some of your hots. So Healing Touch is actually pretty good. So, you know, make sure you guys are using your Healing Touch. Let's go ahead and talk about some talents. Talents of they're pretty much the same. This one's pretty good. I like this one. You know, that's just my personal preference. This is right now. We're not level 100, so things are always subject to change. So just remember that. But I really like this one here, and you know, just to be able to typhoon someone's awesome. I still went Soul of the Forest though. It's not as good as it was, but I feel it's part of my gameplay, and I really do like it. These other choices are amazing though. So it's up to you guys. Also, Heart of the Wild, really good. I just Nature's Vigil, I like it just because it's a smaller cooldown. So I'll use that smaller cooldown. I'll be able to use it more times in a fight. I'll be able to use it more times in instances, leveling, and things like that. You know, you don't really want to level this way unless you're running instances. If you're questing as a resto, that's cool. But, you know, if you're doing instances and things like that, make sure you have those smaller timers just because it's going to help you guys out in the long run. You're going to be able to use them more times and things like that. So, hopefully this guide helped you guys out. It's, I didn't really talk about glyphs, let's accept that they took that one out. So you guys can kind of look at the glyphs. These are kind of the glyphs I run. I haven't picked one yet. I love having an additional target. I love having the critical effect up like that. And, you know, this one you need to be able to move it around. So, you know, that's about it. So I'm going to stop rambling on and let you guys go test out your Restoration Druid, and make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys subscribe. Tranquility whenever anybody's dying. I'll talk to you guys later.